Oops, that'll be a flat battery then. Well, welcome back. Luckily for us, no battery issues, so we were off quite quick.
Out way. That's it.
It's on the way out.
And after my Spanish lesson...
Gracias. Okay. And hola. There we go. Can cope with that.
Aha, the right way around this time. But a few more chicanes later, this does go on for a while, and a check where we're not stopped, but we carry on with a few more chicanes and a barrier, of course, which happened to be up for us. And before you know it, the motorway signs are there. We're off. Now at this point the Tor 3 sat-nav does come into play, so there's quite a few motorway junctions here. You need to make sure you're on the right road. Now for those of you familiar with driving in France, the motorway signs there is exactly the same here, apart from being in a different language of course. The motorway exit signs, the signage that you see on the roads, etc. are the same. Of course, what does help is the ability for me to just change the miles per hour to kilometres an hour, because that's a feature of the XC90. Otherwise, you'd have to keep an eye on what speed you're doing. So 1 hour later, we get to our junction. We're there.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
That might be the back of it.
Now, weather-wise, it's supposed to be quite good tomorrow, but there shouldn't be any rain today.
Is that it?
That's it. Caravanning. Can't miss it.
Yeah. We're on a bend there.
Yes. We're on the right hand side.
In half a mile, turn left onto
turn that off,
C836, then take the first left.
Now, I did street view this bit, where there's a lay-by up the top where you stop to check in. So I'll aim for that.
Clients. Let's say where you've got
The
away.
pool's there.
Check in round here.
No, I know where it is.
Oh, okay.
I'll park here. I don't know if you...
Can you park here?
Yeah, it's parking.
Okay. Maximum 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we'll park here.
Find a reception.
Reception's there.
Right then, that'll be time to test out my 2 new Spanish words and check in. But I needn't have worried. The lady at reception not only spoke perfect bloody English, she actually took us to the site and showed us our pitch. To include the site layout, where the sun comes up and down, pitch views, including the local must-sees. A pretty fantastic welcome, I have to say. Oh, and by the way, APNR as well, so I don't have to worry about any passes. But I do have to remember I'm on site, so I need to keep the speed down to a minimum in case I meet any road cyclists. Look. Now it looks like we have secured one of the largest pitches on this site. I'm guessing there's, by the looks of it, half a dozen of them, which is just round here on the right hand side. The trouble is I'm going to have to keep my wits about me, because the first challenge is to get round this corner, because there's a brick wall in front of me here, look, and the hedge to the right, so I need to give this a bit of wide berth. In front of us is an empty pitch just now. There is a barefoot caravan, as you can see just there, and beyond that are 2 more pitches, both of which are empty. Ours is the first one next to this barefoot caravan, which appears to be at quite an angle. But either way, I'm just going to drive down to this lamppost down here and stop there, and we'll look to reverse it in. Mind you, having said that, I could put it at that angle that that caravan on the right's on. Yeah, but anyway, let's just have quick butchers. That's it, decision made. We unplug, get the car onto the pitch next door, because that's empty, and begin the caravan moving procedure. Now this is where you'd expect everything to work fantastically well, considering you've just spent a large amount of money on a caravan which is fully loaded. Oh, and whilst we're at it, you may see the warning boards on the back of the caravan. They work swimmingly well. Having seen a number of our law enforcement friends, remember the rules. If you're over a certain length, you have to have them. So as an update, we have 2 pairs of automatic power touch movers on the bottom of this van, and it's moving the whole thing quite swimmingly well at this stage. And then things go badly. That's right, no movement whatsoever. In fact, as I'm pressing the forward or left or right or backwards, no matter what I press on the remote, all I get is a clicking sound. Now, I've had this before, in fact twice before, and I know exactly what it was.
Oh shit. Can we push it round and
No, you can't push it. Listen to me. You've got to plug it in.
Alright, where's the caravan key, son?
That's what I'm just looking for.
It's that battery. This is the one that came with the caravan when I ordered it, and I ordered it with c&mc levelling and the motor movers, and they, Swift that is, recommended this battery. The first time we thought it was the actual motor movers, but it wasn't. It was the actual battery had not got enough juice to be able to push those movers anymore. The second time it happened was when it was in for a full service, and I just picked it up and driven the 2 or 3 miles back to my home, and then had to move it onto the drive. And I tried to do that, and again it clicked. There was not enough juice in the battery once again, and they tested it. Now I'm looking at the length of this. Is my 25 metre cable going to be long enough to reach all the way back down here and plug into the caravan? Well, I suppose there's a couple of things going in our favour. We are in a bit of a cul-de-sac, and there's only 2 more pitches beyond us. We were first off that ferry, or very close to being first, so everybody else is behind us. So let's hope, eh? Blimey, that's a first. We just plugged in the mains and we've got no reverse polarity needed. Cool. Now you would think just plug it in and away you go. Everything's hunky-dory and off you trot. But that's not how it works, is it? You plug it in and you got to give the battery some oomph in order for the motor movers to work. So it needs the 240 volts plugged in, and then you got to wait till you've got enough charge in the battery. And just to prove a point, it ran out of juice. Now the trouble is, the motor movers were on because it's an automatic one when the power failed, so they don't know what state they're in. So you've got to put them back to an open position. This is all 4 of them, manually, and there is a winding tool that allows you to do this. When you have all 4 in the outward position, that's when you engage the motor movers and it starts the whole process of moving. Hopefully by then you have enough oomph in the battery to be able to do the job. I had to do all 4 like this. Nightmare. Now I find it very, very annoying that the first thing you do when you get power is to not reset the devices back to its 0 starting position before you engage. Surely, Power Touch, you ought to do that. This manual process is rubbish.
Can we get a bigger battery for it?
Yep.
We'll do that then when we get home.
Suffice to say that I had to do this again, as there was still not enough juice.
Yeah. It's coming with it nicely. That's fine, at least we're off the road.
And one more time. Come on, Power Touch. An automatic reset of the rollers is a must. Anyway, back to the holiday. Finally in position, we get the car pulled back, hook up to the mains properly, and then level. Now, I had fleetingly seen one of these at the NEC. Very cute. Okay, well, I suppose I'm lucky on this one, whereby we have a dedicated water hose just for me. Water pipe. The adapter on it is, as you can see, the tap's a bit skew-whiff, so my neighbour's one is not as nice and straight. Either way, we've still got one of those little hose lock adapters on the end. and then that goes round on one of these little pipes to the back of the caravan, where all the amenities are. We have one of those low pressure valves down the bottom there, which means that the pressure going into the caravan is not too heavy for it. The top one is the tank, the onboard tank, which I'm not using because we have got dedicated water. We are taking the waste out of the caravans normally into a waste master. However, on most European sites I've ever been to, there's nowhere to empty it, so it gets deliberately emptied on the pitch or under the caravan at the back. But that's about it from this point of view. Now on this side, just the washing line is up. The sun tends to get on here most of the day, and believe me, it takes like a few hours and whatever's dry. Boarding up, we have got the netting side, but we're done, aren't we? And you're behind there reading your book, look.
Yep.
Now the restaurant times here are interesting because that is when it opens, that's when it closes. Who wants to eat that late? Look at the time, 10:30. And she told us at reception they've extended that by half an hour. So it's now 11. There we go, there's quite a few places. You can still drink here, just can't eat.
So we made our way back up to the restaurant for 8 o'clock, and as you can see, most of the facilities, including the shop, are concentrated in this area.
Well, we duly waited till 8:01 and we were first in. But they seem to like their salads here. So, not a lot to report because it was all right to get here, wasn't it? And then we had major problems with the motor move. Once we had enough charge in the battery, then there was enough oomph to get the motor movers to work to get us into position. Then once we're in position, plug it all in, everything works.
Yeah, the site's quite small.
Site's small.
Lots of little cul-de-sacs at different levels, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, judging by this, there's about half a dozen pitches of adequate size.
Yeah, for our unit.
Yeah, and the couple of that came in later than everybody else took the last remaining pitch because they got put somewhere else and they couldn't even get the caravan on, so they give up.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, you can just see over on the shoulder our caravan. You can see it from here. It's not too bad. This room's got laundry and all the rest of it. And the weather, as you can see, there's a bit of a dark sky up there. It's all right.
It's warm. It's very warm.
It's still warm, yes. I mean, it's good for us Brits being this temperature. It's a bit of a cool down actually from the UK because we just had 35, 36 and all of it. So yeah. So tomorrow, let's just out about and see what there is.
Getting to know the area, finding a supermarket. It was Friday, so...
Yeah, so probably take a walk to the local beach, which apparently you can walk to from here.
About 10 minutes.
Yeah. So more on that later. There are a few Brits here. Obviously it's a caravan club one, so I suppose there would be. But this is the only one that I found when I bought this in November that had 10 amps of electric. Nearly everywhere else has got 6. Okay, wonderful. No, it doesn't matter what you order, apparently. You get that. This is a croquette, by the way. But you get it for free. And then we both opted for the beef stew and mash. It was very good. And also, the value for money here is quite good. It's only €3.50 for a pint.
We discovered that it rains here because we are in the lee of the mountains, and as you can see, some people in tents put tarpaulins over them so they're well prepared.
Now with the thunder, and there's the lightning. Oh dear, there's a big flash of lightning, isn't it? It looks like we've got a river running down our window. Do you reckon this will welcome Spain then?
Yeah, definitely. You're here, so
Bit-
we're gonna
bit-
woo,
ooh.
we're gonna bring the drama. But the next day dawned bright and sunny with blue sky, allowing us to really explore and look at the site. So this is the toilet area, this is the chemical waste and the ladies' loos, all clean and in good order. And this is a sort of play area, games area overlooking the pool, and there's even a laundry, and you can use Wi-Fi and you can pay by card. Here's the pool, both an outdoor and an indoor. Steve used these a lot. And a little bit of flora and fauna, can't miss that.
Now, apart from the caravan situation here, they have over half of this site is made up with tent areas, and also a third of the site is with lodges, and we'll have to look at those in a minute on the way to the beach because you go that way anyway. But they have even hard standing areas, as you can see by these green bits here. But the source of the rain last night would have been for the Pecos Mountains, so we're in a mountainous area. But luckily today, very hot and sunny, and if you can see there, look, there's even a picture of the moon. It's up.
And so it's time for us to don our walking shoes, head to the upper tiers where all the lodges are, out of the back gate of the site, and begin that 10-minute jaunt down to the beach. Okay.
See that path to the road? Right, and then it goes all the way around to that bit of road over there. And then it goes all the way around to the beach road. You can see that where that car is, coming out there. They said at reception that's less than 10-minute walk. It's taken us 15-20 minutes to get to here. And if you turn around, see where that road goes round that bend over there. Right. We have to go around that. That's where the gate is to our campsite. So I reckon you got another 10 minutes on top of that. So irrespective of what they say, count half an hour, especially on the way back.
Because it's uphill.
This is actually a luxurious beach. Look at it. It's huge. It looks like they are quite serious with the waves. If you look around it, it's more like a...
And there's quite a lot of, look, the lifeguards down there are having a go at people.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you do just what you want. And as we wander around the beach and get our breath back from that not so 10-minute walk, next time we'll talk more about the whole battery saga.